Hey everyone, welcome back to the Book Cave with me, Jenny. So today I have part 3 of my Goosebumps, and this will be the last one that is specifically Slappy World. And yeah, this has definitely been a fun series, and I do look forward to continuing it. So in this part of the vlog, every book will actually have Slappy, which works out perfectly. There are 6 in Slappy World that feature him as a character in the story, and that starts with book number 1 of the whole series, which is Slappy Birthday to You. And this is about Ian, his sister, and his 2 cousins. He enjoys ventriloquist dummies and gets Slappy as a birthday present for his 12th birthday. And if you've read any of the Night of the Living Dummy books, you know exactly how Slappy is, and this is kind of along the same lines. And yeah, again, with the twist ending, that was really, really fun, and I just really enjoy those. And I feel like this was a really good start to the series. And this one, surprisingly, did not have as many Slappy interjections as some did. And of course, because he was actually one of the main characters, the main antagonist of this story, that did help a lot. And I also really like about this that you get a lot of different types of characters and character dynamics, family dynamics. Like in this one, Ian's 2 cousins are having a little bit of a rough time because their mother is sick, their father has lost his job, and that's kind of, you know, a different dynamic from some of the other ones where you have, you know, just a family that completely gets along. And you have some, in this one, it follows the older sibling. You have some that follow the younger sibling. Some are, you know, a relationship that is more docile. And this one, we have one that's a little more antagonistic, but not quite that much. And I just feel like there's a really wide range in these, and in the original Goosebumps as well, of character types and everything. Even though they are maybe somewhat simplified, I feel like it's really fun, and especially being a younger series like this is. The Ghost of Slappy follows Shep Mooney, and he lives in a house that he believes is haunted, and then he runs into Slappy on a camping trip. And then this one has a pretty open-ended ending as well. One thing that does bother me about this, and this is more so with just the Slappy books, is because, you know, each book is about a different family that Slappy winds up with. And so with these endings, we're not truly given anything of how he gets to another family, or even like why he leaves. But that's just a little pet peeve, and it's something, you know, again, with the ages that this is meant for, it's not that bad. And I do like how this one kind of brings more into it than just the living dummy. You know, you've got the kind of ghostly part as well. And yeah, not my favorite, but also not my least favorite. Diary of a Dummy follows Billy McGee, and this is one of the ones that has kind of a sad backstory, I will say, with the whole reason of where he is. And I feel like this is one that people could maybe relate to, and his thoughts about everything. And this one brings in, of course, Slappy's diary and a misunderstanding there. And this was another pretty fun one. I did like, again, the slight twist that there was, and again, as with the last one, the open-ended ending just didn't really leave much room for how are other books going to follow. And I just wish we would get a little more explanation on that. And I feel like even throughout the last 3 Slappy books in the Slappy World, that this is going to be a theme, in all honesty, that part's just kind of left hanging. My friend Slappy follows Barton Suggs, who has been given Slappy as a present because he is kind of bullied, has a hard time making friends, and has always enjoyed puppets, so this was kind of like a pick him up sort of gift. And this is one that was actually pretty fun and explores what happens if somebody actually tries to be friends with Slappy. I feel like this one didn't really break the mold too much, but again, that's kind of what makes the Goosebumps fun, is that you have your formula, and that formula does work. Some of the ones that break it do work. Some of the ones that don't work as well, and this was one that definitely did. One thing, again, that I would really like to see is learning how Slappy gets from person to person, because we honestly don't have a lot of that. He just starts each one with a different person. And, you know, yeah, sure, he was like a present or something. He was found. But there's absolutely no connection, like, anywhere. And I would really love to see that in one of these books. Perhaps we'll get it in Slappy Beware, because I feel like, I do believe that's like a history of his. However, that's one that I don't have right now, and I'm not sure whether or not I will read it. But yeah, like I said, another fun one. So if you can't tell from this video, green is obviously my favorite color. I actually didn't realize until I looked back that, yeah, I've been wearing all green in this. But anyways, talking about green, I Am Slappy's Evil Twin was another fun one, and obviously has a green cover, so, you know. This one follows Slappy and Snappy, and I was a little disappointed just because of the fact that Snappy has never been mentioned, and is never mentioned again from what I can remember. But, you know, easy enough to overlook. So this follows Luke and his sister and his best friend. And Luke's and his sister's father makes horror movies. And he is going to make one about Slappy and Snappy. And this is one of the few that they're just alive. Like, nothing is said to bring them to life. If you've read any of these, you know that there are certain words that need to be said, usually. And from my memory, this is the only one that they're not. So I feel like this is kind of an outlier. But again, it has that traditional twist ending, which was very fun. This, honestly, was also one of the more violent ones, which I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But I don't feel like it was overly violent for the age it was meant to, just it was definitely different from the other ones. The final Slappy book for this video is Slappy in Dreamland, and this one follows Richard, his cousin, and their 6th grade class. And His mother is a sleep specialist, and when he takes Slappy with him and hooks him up to the sleep machine as a joke, weird things start happening. And this was definitely an interesting one, and one that I could see plenty of horror movies referenced in it, which was really fun. And this had the twist ending that I found absolutely hilarious. I've said before, like, all of these do have twist endings, but some of them are hilarious, some of them are shocking, and some of them are just kind of like a really, that's where it's gonna end. And this one was more of an absolutely hilarious one. And yeah, so that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this little journey into Slappy books in the Slappy World universe of Goosebumps. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. That way you'll be notified every time I post a new video. And check out my links at the little end screen here to see my other bookish socials. And I will see you next time in the book cave.